Hello viewers, you're welcome to another edition of Usman English class. This morning, we shall examine what is known as Accompaniment Concord. Speaking of an Accompaniment Concord, we are basically referring to a situation where we have a subject, basically a singular subject, executing an action in a sentence. But it is not only that singular subject that will be indicated in that sentence. There will be other false subjects. Basically, there are plural subjects that are involved in this regard. But instead of joining these subjects we're talking about together using coordinating conjunction, or we are using correlative conjunction, we are supposed to use what is known as semi-coordinating conjunction. Or in a nutshell, what have I been trying to say? What we are saying in essence is this: when we have a sentence as having a singular subject as subject one. Now, after this one, we now have what is known as various sets of conjunctions that we need there. What are these conjunctions? The first one that we need to take note of is with. If we have a subject having other subjects, now the first subject here is basically to be singular. Now we now have other subjects like that are joined to it with the word like with. Apart from that, as well as. Apart from that, we may have together with. Also, we may have in conjunction with. Apart from this one, we may have alongside. Apart from this, we may also have what is known as in the company of. In collaboration with. If you take a good look at these items, these particles, we discover that they are just like conjunctions as well, but they are not really coordinating conjunctions. They are actually known as semi-coordinating conjunction. And these are the items that we use to identify accompaniment concord. How do we now treat this case? When we have a subject, now we have the following conjunctions plus another subject. Basically, this subject will now be plural subject. It happens sometimes. Sometimes it might be only one actually, but most of the time we have it as plural subject, especially in WAEC examinations. Now, if we have it like this, what do you now think will be the verb that will follow? The verb that will follow. What would determine the verb? That is what we are going to examine today. Now, this rule stipulates that it's very simple. Anytime we have what is known as as a main subject joined with other four subjects, the implication is the fact that the first subject is the one that really performs the action. The first subject is the one that performs the action, but there are some other elements that are present while the action is being executed. The other elements that are present there are not the one performing the actions. That is why we use the following with. For instance, I say singular noun with a plural singular subject, or singular noun with a plural subject or a plural noun dash an action. What will happen there? Which kind of action are we going to use? Now, the rule is clear. The rule states that the one that performs the action, the main subject that performs the action, not the accompanying subject. The main subject, but not the accompanying subject, is going to determine the verb. Now, what is the status of our main subject here? The status of the main subject is singular. Therefore, the verb will also be singular. I believe we are taking that one. Now, let's consider the following examples. If you now say, the man with his two wives dash sin. The man with his two wives dash sin. I believe that one is pretty simple. To identify this answer, we just say this one is very simple. Say the man with his 2 wives dash sin. Okay. Who performs the action? It is the man. This one with his 2 wives, they are just accompanying subjects. The only main subject that we need to identify there is the man. And what is the status of the man? That is singular. Therefore, the verb here is going to be singular. Let's now assume we have the following alternatives: was or were. Which one? It will be was seen. The man with his 2 wives was seen. Instead of saying the man with his 2 wives were seen. That is wrong. Just say the man with his 2 wives was seen yesterday. I believe that one is taken. Let's consider other examples and that say that probably some questions. I remember one question, West African Examination Council question that says the man with his 2 dogs dash seen going to the forest. The man with his 2 dogs dash seen going into the forest. What do you think will be our answer there? That is supposed to be was, because the man is the one that performs the action. I believe that one is as well taken. Let's consider another one. If we have this example, the governor in the company of his commissioners dash coming to Oyo today. The governor in the company of his commissioners dash coming to Oyo today. What do you think will be the verb there? Is it going to be are coming to Oyo today, or is coming to Oyo today? If you go in line with this rule, you discover that the governor is singular, that his commissioners, as in members of his cabinet, they are plural. Therefore, you have to make the governor the subject, the main subject that performs the action and would determine the status of the verb. Basically, what we're saying there is that the answer should be is coming to Oyo today. Thank you very much for that little piece. I hope to meet you again in the next episode of my class. God bless. Stay tuned.